Can see
Okay.
ดูสิออกหรือยัง
Good day,
Good day.
students
you say
of M1. I hope you are all doing well. This week's presentation, we are going to talk about every day. Okay, every day. When we talk about every day, when we talk about every day, we are talking about daily. Everyday routine, daily routine. Okay? Daily routine, everyday routine. This means things that we do on a daily basis, or things that we do every day. That is called our routine. Okay? And when we talk about routine, things that we do every day, we are going to basically use almost all the time, very often, prepositions of time and place, which are simply three words: in, on, and at. In, on, at. Prepositions of time and place. Now, when we talk about prepositions of time and place, a preposition describes where someone or something is. But where someone or something is can be a place, like at the library, on the motorcycle, in the bus, or on the bus, on the train, in the train. You can, in and on are kind of interchangeable there, but you cannot be in a motorcycle. You are always on a motorcycle. In, like inside. You can be inside a bus, or inside a train, or inside an airplane. Or you can be on the airplane or on the train. But a motorcycle, you can only be on. I'm on the motorcycle. And prepositions of place are like over, under, beside, behind, between, on, off. Now, there are also naturally standard expressions being used commonly in everyday speech, but we will only deal with these for right now, okay? When I say there are other ordinarily used expressions, it means that there are exceptions. This is usually the case, to use a adverb of frequency. Adverbs of frequency are how often. Never, never. They took not, ever, and put those words together to mean never. Never means not, ever. Sometimes means, oh yes, last week I did once, this week I did once, maybe next week. Sometimes. Usually is more frequent than sometimes. Usually is not quite always. but more than sometimes. Okay? More than sometimes, but not always. I always get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I always get up about 4:30 in the morning. Okay? So, talking about our everyday routine, things that we do every day, I don't like the way this is put up. We use in to talk about months, years, centuries, a long time, but also every day. We say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. At night. That's a different one. At night. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. At night. That's one of those exceptions I told you about. But in general, is months, years, centuries. In July, in the summertime, in the wintertime, in the fall. Okay? In the year 2025. Okay? In, for general, long periods of time. We use at. We use on for days and dates. On the 23rd, it will be my mother's birthday. My mother's birthday is on the 23rd of January. Okay, so days and dates we use on. On Monday, on Thursday, on January 23rd, or on the 23rd of January. And at, we use for a precise time, a certain point in time. At 8:30, at 4 o'clock, okay? Now, as far as place, that's time. In the morning, in the afternoon, on Thursday, on Saturday, at 8:30, okay? For place, we use these same prepositions, in, on, and at, in the same general way. We use at for a point, a place, okay, and for buildings, institutions, in the library. Oh, well, yeah, we use in for enclosed spaces like buildings and geographical regions, not a place, like a building. So we say like in England, in America, in Thailand, in the library, in the car, in the train, okay? But there again, like motorcycle, you don't use in, we use on, okay? So we use on for a surface, like on the table, on the whiteboard, okay? And public transport, on the bus, on the wall, on the ceiling, on a page, on an airplane. And finally, we use at for a point, as I first started to say, a point, like at the corner, at the library, at the bus stop, at the bottom of the page, at the front desk, at the entrance. Okay. for a point and for institutions. Like at the library, at the courthouse. Okay? So in, on, and at, we are going to use in everyday English to talk about time and about place. Okay, time and place. In the morning, on Thursday, at 2 o'clock. Now in British English, they also say at the weekend. In the USA, we say on the weekend. So sometimes they can be a little interchangeable, in, on, and at. But in general, they are specifically in the morning, in the springtime, in 2018. Large spans of time. Okay. On is a little narrower span of time. On Thursday, on January 23rd, on Friday, and at 2 o'clock. At, as far as place, in the library, in the airplane, on the airplane, on the bus, on the motorcycle, at the library, at the bus stop, at the motorcycle taxi. Okay. So in our speaking of the daily routine for English, we are going to use these three prepositions of time and place, and we are also going to use adverbs of frequency. These are things like usually, sometimes, never, always, seldom. Seldom means, and another one, frequently, frequency, frequently. Frequently, adverbs of frequency. Frequently means quite often. I frequently go fishing. Okay, I go fishing 2 or 3 times a week, maybe at the weekend or during the week. I frequently go fishing. Seldom, seldom, seldom means not very often. I seldom go fishing. You know, maybe 1 time per year or 4 times per year. I seldom go fishing, not very often. Always, I always get up at 4:30 a.m. every day, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, holiday, doesn't matter. I get up at 4:30 a.m. I always get up. I never eat green peppers. I don't like them, okay? I never eat green peppers. Green bell peppers or red bell peppers. I love hot chili peppers, green or red or yellow, all of them. So I never go to the cinema. I never go shopping. Something you never do. I sometimes go to the cinema. Sometimes. Maybe once in a while, once a week, once a month. sometimes can be your own opinion of how much is a lot. Sometimes means not a lot. A lot is frequent, or always, or usually. I usually brush my teeth after breakfast and before bed. But I sometimes brush my teeth after lunch, too. I always brush my teeth in the morning when I take a shower. Some of you, I seldom brush my teeth, okay? You should always brush your teeth. You should actually, well, if you brush your teeth in the morning when you take a shower, and at night before you go to bed, that is pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, that means it's pretty good. We can't do all the things we should all the time in today's fast-paced world because it's just too busy. Okay, now these last couple of weeks we have been talking about can and should. Well, that fits into our talking about every day, talking about daily routine. I can sleep for 8 hours a night. I should sleep for 8 hours a night. Okay, I can sleep for 8 hours a night. What is can? Are able to. I am able to sleep 8 hours a night. I should, good idea. Remember, good idea, should. I should sleep 8 hours per night. I can't sleep 8 hours per night. I probably should, but I can't. I sleep for 5 hours and I wake up. It's been that way all my life. Okay, can and should. All right. Routine. Now, we're talking about every day. That's a daily routine. Depending on the time, if you do something every week, that is a weekly routine. Maybe you only play football on Saturday. That means that is your daily routine for Saturday, but it is your weekly routine. Every Saturday you play football. I always play football on Saturday. I sometimes play football on Saturday. So timetables. What is a timetable? Okay. My whiteboard isn't real big, so I hope you can all see this. But a timetable, another word for timetable is schedule. Schedule. Timetable, schedule. It looks like this, you know. We all have a timetable, a schedule for Monday through Friday at school. Here we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's our days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then we have our times up here. 8:30, 9:30. Okay, and then you have English class or math class Tuesday at 9:30. You have PE Friday at 9:30. You have art on Tuesday at 3:15. Okay, that's a timetable. That is your daily routine. I get up in the morning. I go to school. I have assembly at 8 o'clock. My first class is at 8:30. My second class is at 9:30. I eat lunch at 12 o'clock. I go home at 4:15. In, on, at. So your daily routine, what you do every day. Talking about every day. So let's go through a typical day. I get up at 4:30. I put water in the coffee pot, in, on, at, all the time when we are talking about daily routines, everyday routines, everyday things that we do. I get up at 4:30. I put water in the coffee pot. I turn the coffee pot on. Then I get in the shower and brush my teeth and shave and wash my hair and everything. And then I come out. So we're going to use, we call them ordinal numbers. Ordinal numbers are first, second, third, fourth. Cardinal numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, like cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ordinal numbers are the order that things happen. First, second, third, fourth. Thailand won first prize in the badminton competition in the 2016 Olympics. First, second, third. So first, I plug in the coffee pot. Then I take a shower. Next, first, then, next. After that, I get dressed. Then I have a cup of coffee and breakfast. Okay, I have breakfast with my coffee. That is a routine. And an adverb of frequency, I would say I usually have eggs. Not always, but I usually do. More than sometimes. Usually. It's not as much as always, but usually is between always and sometimes. Usually. I usually eat eggs. Almost all the time. Okay. Then, how do you get to school? Let's talk about transportation. Transportation. That's a daily routine, something that you do daily, no matter who you are or what you do. You are going to use transportation to get from your home to your place of work or your school So let's talk about some kinds of transportation. You want to know the one I use the most? The transportation I usually use, or I always use this kind of transportation. I always use this. It is called, checking my time there. It is called walking. I walk every day because, well, if you could see my little home here, I don't want to pick up my iPad because I'll never get it sit right again. But you cannot come to my house by car. You can ride a bicycle or a motorcycle, but I do not have a bicycle or a motorcycle, so I walk. So walk is one kind of transportation. Walking. Okay, then what do we have? Motorcycle? Motorcycle, very common in Thailand. So I sometimes ride a motorcycle. I sometimes drive a motorcycle. I always drive my motorcycle to school. I always drive my motorcycle to work. I usually take the bus. I sometimes take a taxi. I don't like to because they are expensive. So I usually take the bus. Okay. Now another thing about daily, talking about daily, every day, is planning. You need to plan your day. In Thailand, I don't find this that important because your weather is always nice. You need to plan. If it's going to rain, you want to take your umbrella. Or if you ride a motorcycle, you are going to want to have a raincoat. Okay? So planning. You need to plan your daily routine. Now, where I come from, the weather changes a lot every day from morning to night. So you need to plan ahead, and you need to wear very warm clothes in the morning or at night. In the morning or at night, you need to dress very warm. But during the day, it gets warm, and if you work outside or if you go to school, once you get inside, you are not going to want all those heavy clothes on. So you will want to take them off and maybe have a light jacket or something to wear inside where it's warm. Now, if you are outside working or whatever, you still have to be bundled up very well in the morning and at night when it's so cold. But during the day, when the sun comes out, you are going to want to take some of them off, depending on the time of year. In the winter, if you are outside, you will always need warm clothes, where I come from. Okay. So, in planning your daily routine, you are going to want to think about the weather. Planning your daily, what clothes you will wear, what you need to take with you, what you will eat during the day. What are you going to eat? Are you going to take your lunch to work? Or are you going to eat at work? Are you going to take your lunch to school? Are you going to eat lunch at school? Planning. You need to plan your daily routine. On weekends, if you do special things like go somewhere or go to the beach or go swimming or go to work out, you need to plan the same things. You need to think about the weather. Think about what clothes you need. Think about what equipment you might need. You should always think about safety too. Right now in Thailand with the COVID, you should wear a mask. You should always wear a mask. You should stay out of COVID hot spots, big, large gathering of people. More likely you can get COVID, so you should, good idea, to take precautions for yourself. You should, good idea. You can go to a big place full of people, but you probably shouldn't. Okay, you can, you are able to, but you shouldn't. Not a good idea. Okay, you should always use sanitizer. Okay, you can go without sanitizer. You can go without a mask, but you shouldn't. Okay, you shouldn't. Not a good idea. Can and shouldn't. Okay, now we're going to talk about, we're going to look at the time. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, but let's talk a little bit about emotions. Emotions, okay? Not emoticons, not emoticons, okay? Emotions. What are emotions? What are emotions? Emotions. Emotions are feelings. Okay, feelings. Someone looks like this. He is angry, maybe angry, looks angry. Somebody's like this, he's happy, right? Happy, emotions. I've been here now for almost 4 years this time. I've been here about 6 or 7 years altogether. And invariably, which means always, I go to class and I say, "Good morning, class. How are you?" "I am fine, Teacher Robert, and you?" Everyone knows that. Everyone memorized that. "I am fine, thank you. And you?" Okay, very good. That's very good. But are you really fine? Is everybody fine? To be more, "Hello, how are you today?" "Oh, I'm okay, but I'm a little tired." Okay. "Oh, I'm sick." "Oh, oh, I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored." Okay? I'm bored. I often hear type people say bored. I'm bored. Okay? It's not bored. It's bored. Okay? I'm bored. If you tell a foreigner like me or someone else, bored, I'm bored, they're probably going to know what you mean. I do because I hear it so often, but bored, it's bored. Another thing is snake. Snake. Moo, you know, snake. Snake. It's snake. It's not snake. Snake. No. Snake. Snake. Okay. Another thing. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 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 Thai people say that all the time. H. H. We play hangman. H. It's not H. It sounds like huh, huh, but it's H. 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 Not H. H. Not snake. Snake. Not bored. Bored. Okay. Now the other thing, we pretty much covered daily routine, mainly in, on, at, our prepositions of time and place, in, on, at, and also adverbs of frequency, always, usually, sometimes, seldom, rarely, and never. Okay, those were in the right order. Learning a new language is mostly repetition. Like I told you, I am fine, thank you, and you? Very good. That is a polite, grammatically correct response. But if you really want to be honest, you can say how you really feel. Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm tired. I'm bored. I'm sick. I'm hot. I'm cold. Okay? Emotions. Okay, now finally, I don't know if this is a good time to bring this one up, but everyone says, can I go to the toilet? Can I go to the toilet? I know what you mean, but I don't like it. If I'm eating pizza at the restaurant and someone says, I'm going to the toilet. Toilet, toilet, you know, toilet. How do you say it in Thai? Water room? Hong Nam? Hong Nam? I'm sorry. Hong Nam, room, water. English, backwards. Water, room. Just think of Thai. Hong Nam, room, water. Oh, English, water, room. Backwards. Water room. I'm going to the water room. Oh, okay. I'm eating pizza. Say, I'm going to go to the water room. Oh, okay. Water room, you think water room, that's okay. If you say toilet, you think toilet. Don't say toilet. Say water room. Okay? That's my main thing for you today. Is in, on, at, always, usually, sometimes, seldom, rarely, never. Okay? Always, sometimes, never, usually, okay? Prepositions of time and place, and our adverbs of frequency. And planning your daily routine, following your daily timetable or schedule, okay? And I mentioned planning, the weather, things you will need, and emotions, how you feel. And okay, I think that will cover today's lesson for talking about everyday things, talking about everyday routines. Routine, something you do regularly, a routine. Okay? All right. Until next time, stay safe. And this is Teacher Robert saying see you next time. Bye-bye.